Inferno Shrines, map number 1. We have 30k going up against Hopium incoming here at HGC 2024. The Hanzo Genji Cup 2024. A small NA tournament that we're hosting on the North American server to a more NA-friendly starting time. And we're now down to the final 6 teams. We have 4 teams from North America and 2 teams from Europe that are still battling it out for the prize money. And 30k, which we have here in this best of 3 series in the round robin, is of course one of the favorites. In my personal opinion, the team to beat today. I'm just going through the team names here. So yeah, Cure, I already knew that they were playing with a sub today, but the account name is fantastic. So Big Pex McFlex. That should be Legacy's Smurf account, if anything. But yeah, 30k is going up against Hopium incoming, who I would say, in this series at least, are the underdog. The blue team is obviously an all-star team, and it's just such a pleasure to see them play in this tournament in the first place. So right now we have Diablo banned out against Caterpillar. We're going to Inferno Shrines first. I would still believe that Johanna is going to be highly contested. But first pick, first ban goes to Hopium incoming. Should be a fun series regardless. So yeah, really looking forward to that. Normally, again, they're playing with Cure. Cure couldn't make it today. So the teams are flexible in that. Every single tournament that we're basically hosting, we're also trying to make sure that there is at least some wiggle room for players when it comes to some of their matches, and also when it comes to, of course, players, so that if a player one day can't make it, the team doesn't have to forfeit anything crazy like that. Maiev gets banned. Which is also kind of interesting because Maiev so far has been picked a lot by Cure. But what's the first pick now? Jojo should make a very early appearance. It's just a question of how soon. And she's not first pick material for Hopium incoming. What they do instead is they pick up Sylvanas. For Caterpillar, I could see her now. Unless, of course, he wants to play something completely different, but she fits the bill very nicely for Infernal Shrines. It's one of the maps where she excels the most, so could be taken here. For Madara, it will also... I want to see what he picks. Is it going to be a Hanzo pick, or will he play a mage there? Leomon Blaze first, and then we get Brightwing. Also very good. But I'm still eyeing Madara a bit, because Hanzo would be good here, but you could also go for one of the mages, and Mephisto can be a total monster on Infernal Shrines too. And it's definitely one of the picks that is possible for Madara. But Hopium incoming. They started things off with Sylvanas. We have Stukov and we get Leo. So Stukov can also start to control the entrances, the ins and outs on the shrines. Leo for all that AoE that he brings to the table. And of course, if you can draw abilities and cooldowns from your opponent and sacrifice yourself in one of the earlier fights, that's also oftentimes a win, since he will respawn during the fight immediately. You always just need to make sure that you get, for example, a counter kill or at least some value there. So, final few bans. For game number 1 in the best of 3, we get Varian banned out. Every time you see Stukov appear like that, you obviously are starting to think about Varian a bit, and you're like, okay. If they get the taunt into a lurking arm, Sylvanas with a follow-up, maybe some additional burst damage. It could be a sniper comp, so let's just play it safe and get rid of that. So no variant for this game. Just always like that risk-reward consideration. What is the pick that would annoy us the most from our opponent at this point in time? So they're getting rid of Varian, and on the other side, what gets banned out is Chromie. So they're targeting Madara. They are apparently not too afraid of his Mephisto, or at least they're more afraid of Chromie. But yeah, time will tell now what we're gonna get, most likely for not only the tank, but also, I suppose, for Madara. We need some damage here. Hanzo is up, Mephisto would be up, could go Gul'dan if you really wanted to. Well, triple melee. I mean, it's always possible on Infernal Shrines too. Hanzo and Johanna. So we get Hanzo, Johanna, and from the looks of it, we're also going to get... This is 2 out of the 3 that I mentioned, and there is now a chance that we are getting Mephisto as well, which would make it 3 out of 3. So when we're coming to the calls here, I think we're on point. Unless Mephisto now gets taken away from them. But what exactly is getting picked for the front line? They don't have a tank yet either. So what are they picking? Are they going to go full on dive here and go for something like Nubarak? They pick Mephisto away. They go Murden. Mephisto gets stolen, so Madara is not able to play him. Again, if you want to go mage, you could still go Gul'dan now. It would have been fun to see him on Mephisto though. But okay, time will tell. So what exactly is the choice now for Madara? Or they're just going to swap Hanzo over to him. Either way, Infernal Shrines is our first map in the best of 3 series. We get Falstad towards the end. Hopium incoming, ladies and gentlemen. Again, 30k. 30k against Hopium incoming. On the left, the team in blue with Legacy on Brightwing. We got Liam on Blaze. We got Caterpillar on Janna. Big Pex McFlex on Falstad. And we got Madara on Hanzo. On the right side of the map, Hopium incoming with Justin on Stukov. We got Grey Color on Sylvanas. Lupus on Muradin. The Mundane Zebra with Austin's Renewal on level 1 is playing Leoric. And Fuzz is playing Mephisto. So far, we didn't have any crazy pauses from Fuzz today either. It seems like the coffee situation has been properly resolved, so no issues from him, as it seems. By the way, just as a bit of a side note, while I absolutely love the account name, I should also probably point out that this is Fancy Pants. Fancy Pants is actually on the European server when he subbed in. He was like, oh my god, I have to play this account, but it's me. I need you to tell everybody that it's me. I just don't have an account on this server, and you have an account on this server, you can play with your main account here. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure. Should we call him Fancy Pants or Big Plex McFlex? Both names are a little bit weird. Anyways, doesn't really matter too much. So, Fancy on Falstad. We have Caterpillar also with the Ducky Mount. But, yeah, let's see. I actually would like to know how exactly Fuzz also resolved the keyboard situation with his spilled coffee. If he now has gotten himself a new keyboard, if he just had to clean it properly. But there is some good news. So there is always the trade-off. If you ever spilled, let's say, orange juice on your keyboard, you know that it's disgusting. First of all, it's sticky and it smells and it's like not good. If you spilled coffee on your keyboard, if you don't clean it 100%, but you just clean it a little bit, it means that you have a very nicely smelling keyboard for a long time. So that is the upside. So nobody tell me that there's no upside to actually spilling some coffee on a keyboard. It usually then smells very, very nice, which is a big win in my book. So yeah, especially in the mornings. Increases productivity by 5.6%. Early fight at the bottom of the map though. They are already starting to commit to some of these very heavily. And apparently the blue team is very eager to dominate and show that they are the ones to watch out for here. So already able to claim the camp. No kill yet, but it results also in them walking away with a half-level lead. And of course it is the moral victory that you're getting here. They moved in and they said, we are not giving up this camp. And they didn't. They took them down, stole the camp, said like, yep, that's ours. Muradin with another Stormbolt straight into the face of Brightwing. And Brightwing gets out, but we got a bit closer towards the end. So, yeah. And then at the top lane, we have, of course, Liam just burning the first tower down very quickly. Getting value against Leoric, who just rode in on his golden cock. Now, Falstad is already getting ready for a bit of action at the bottom of the map, obviously hoping to control with a global, the experience here. Which is essentially the main point right now. Control global experience and just, yeah, do that, get level 7, help the team get the first objective, and make a play there. So, we'll see. But all the way up at the top, still a bit of a pressure play happening with, of course, Sylvanas. This is a nice thing when you run her. You don't have to respond to the first objective. You can if you want to, but if you're just trying to push with her and you still get value, then you can oftentimes outperform the first Punisher, even though it's noteworthy to state that this is actually a frozen Punisher. That one's usually pretty strong. Brightwing going down. That's first blood in favor. Well, it is first blood. Oh, he got shut down. Not so fancy now. Fancy Pants dies to Justin with a quick lurking arm. So it's a 2-for-1 trade. Initially it's Brightwing that falls and they counter kill Mephisto, but Falstad dies too. And now they went for Hanzo. Damn. Yep, that is quick kills against the blue team. Very well played. And it is costing 30k a bit of a lead here. So 3 kills to 1. Falstad is flying in as well and is starting to make his moves now towards the middle. We have 27 stacks to 17. Sylvanas isn't here yet. She's just now starting to rotate over. Leoric dies as a result. They're playing with a numbers disadvantage. So this could get nasty. But time will tell. Falstad is at the top and they grab the Frozen Punisher too. So they were able to take a wall down with Sylvanas, but I would assume that this is the minimum of what the Punisher can do here now. Yeah, they should be able to at least get the wall on this one. Anything else would be shocking. Bait over the wall is already happening. Again, it's a Frozen Punisher, so there's damage being done nearly immediately. Side wall is already open up. Mephisto's getting a little bit annoying, but the Frozen Punisher is just disabling everything in its path. It's a little mini inbuilt Sylvanas tool that they have now. And it's not only the mid lane that gets attacked, there's only 3 heroes here. There's a camp at the bottom of the map that they take, and at the top we have Fancy Pants starting to use Falstad with a bit more macro. So really nice structural damage, mostly taking walls out, damaging a couple of forts, not too heavily, but it's enough to get at least some damage connected here and do alright. So, Peters and May, by now we have level 10 nearly kicking in for the blue team. And it also happens to play out just as they're fighting for the camp. So this is actually a bit, this is really, really tricky. If you're the red team, I am surprised that they stuck around during that fight for that long, because normally when your opponent hits level 10, you really want to be far away from them. At least if there's a window, if there's some sunlight between the two teams, because what could have happened is multiple kills against them. So now they might still lose that fort, maybe even Leoric. Everybody's a bit low. There's the hit, the arrow. Mephisto is gone, and Stukov is on the run. Run, Forest. Yeah, he's trying to get out. But with another condemn, it seems Caterpillar is teeing them up for another potential kill. Yeah, Falstad with the gust in the corner. But they just can't get the hits in. They got very, very close on a lot of these, but they're just not able to get the kills. Barely. But they get a lot of damage done. The fort is gone. The one in the middle, at the bottom of the map is taking damage too. So yeah, lots and lots of value for 30k. They are doing great. Now, to be fair, up to now there was no level 10 on the other side, so now we have level 10 abilities for both, which is pretty important here too. And Liam is starting to burn this down. Yeah, they're getting quickly for the shamans. Still with a bit more global pressure. We have down at the bottom of the map already. Good old thingy. Legacy pushing out. The fruit fly is doing work. It's not too bad yet for the red team. 3 kills to 3. Only lost 1 fort, but it's, yeah, could always be a predictor of things to come. Camp gets timed at the top now. Yeah, can time that out properly. The objective is spawning at the bottom of the map, and we're off to the races again. So right now, here's the opportunity to see if you can lock in a second Punisher for your team. Another 14 seconds, and the blue team is already ready with at least some. There's also the only global in the game with Fancy Pants at the top, so they're going to try to again keep him there. Oh, not so much. There was a nice idea to come in with Murden, hit the Stormbolt, and then follow up with Justin and the Lurking Arm. Since it failed, it is a bit problematic though, because they are very late now to the objective, if they're even going for it. And since level 13 is now in the hands of 30k with a nice, neat little advantage, it's not a given that this is going to happen. So Caterpillar is now moving back out. Right wing helps. Falstad has pushed the top lane. Can fly down and does, but they are already way ahead on the objective. 32 minion stacks. It's just way too much for them to deal with. Leo has to move back, and the red team just doesn't stand a chance here. The Mortar Punisher's taken. Big arrow again. And the jet propulsion to follow it up. Stukov is gone. So is Mephisto, and this is the defense in shambles. They can't even defend yet, they're just on the run right now. So this is exactly the kind of aggression that they need in order to make some nice plays. So they come in, they start to take the wall out at the keep too, and this is going to likely spell disaster for that bot lane. And Falstad is not even here. Falstad has moved straight back up towards the top, and is now at the top lane starting to destroy the next fort. Leo is attempting to stop him, but can only do so much at a time, of course. So things are definitely spiraling out of hand for the red team. Hopium incoming. They're relying on a lot of Hopium right now. There's nothing else that they have. Hope dies last, but eventually it dies. That's what it seems like here. It's a 1.5 level lead for the blue team. Leo has taken damage at the top. He's having a tough time, honestly, against Falstad, as you can tell here. Yeah, the Entomb gets used. Knew that he was on cooldown. And Leoric still falls. Kind of outplayed himself a little bit. Thought he could play around the cooldown here. There's a gust. Right Wing came in to help out, and they're still totally fine. So they got a Leoric kill. They're getting more camps down at the bottom of the map. So no matter which lane you're looking at, times are tough for Hopium incoming. In game number 1 of this best of 3 series. So in the middle of the map, they also have to defend against all of this now. Top side, Falstad again taking over, and he's going to get that fort. Yeah, he's going to get that, especially now that Caterpillar is also moving in. So they're removing every single fort. The bottom keep has taken serious damage too, and Leorki gets killed again. Leoric is down, bottom of the map or middle. They're moving in again. Could try for a gust angle. Actually, he doesn't have gust available currently. It's 10 seconds out. But they are just dominating this now. Jojo came back in with another condemn. They're just pushing them back past the gate. They have a level 16 talent advantage now over them. You look at Falstad with 33,000 damage, Hanzo with 32,000, and they go from camp to camp. The entire map is essentially painted blue. There's a single camp at the top right, the Shaman camp, that is still red because it was claimed before the previous objective started by Hopium incoming, spawning another 14 seconds, and it could theoretically be stolen away now from 30k. So they are the team to beat. I keep saying it. They are the team to beat. Still undefeated. Have not lost a single map yet in the round robin. Not one. 7 kills, 2-3. Half a level until 16 for Hopium incoming here. And now the push towards the middle with the catapults in the camp. But as expected, the Shaman camp gets first stolen away. Next objective also spawns at the top lane. And that is gonna be a problem for the bottom of the map, because I assume that Falstad is just going to sit at that bot lane for a long time now, and once that the top objective spawns, you got a choice to make. You have to either move towards the top and say, alright, how are we gonna do this now? Are we gonna fight for this one and try and throw a bit of a Hail Mary? But if Falstad stays at the bottom of the map and you can't gank up on him, then he likely is gonna grab that keep. It's too low already. They might try and make a play here. If I was him, I was probably remove these two walls, just to make sure my opponent doesn't have too much vision. So yeah, ult gets used. Falstad is immediately moving back or trying to. Stormbolt doesn't hit. Again, they wanted to gank him. Of course they wanted. I called it before the shrine was even announced, because it's such an obvious necessity. And since Falstad doesn't die, now you're in that shitty spot. Because now what are you gonna do? Falstad is going to go for the bottom keep if you let him, and if you try and stop him, then he's just you're just losing the objective. Gray color coming in here, and yep, that Sylvanas missing. Falstad can fly to the top if he wants to, but he's going to try and push at the bottom of the map. They need Sylvanas at the top, they know it too. Sylvanas actually coming in again, wants to get the kill here. Got the silence out, and whoa, clutch. Nice escape. Able to get out. But the Arcane Punisher has already been taken, so the top Punisher is now in. Muradin jumps in. Damn, they're actually fighting here. They're actually fighting. The Punisher, I have no idea what they're doing. Wow. Muradin is gone, and now they're just all gonna get crushed here. Stukov is the next one to fall. Mephisto is going to die. I have no clue what they were doing. I can only assume that the idea was to fight before level 20 is ready, and then they just said, hey, we can do this here, we need to fight. Once they have level 20, it's gonna be all over, because the gap is too big, but now they lost 4 heroes, and they're going to lose very likely the game in this situation. Because level 20 has now kicked in. We have 50,000 damage for Hanzo. At this point, with level 20 in their hands, they can just simply go for the core. Nobody's even trying to stop that Punisher. It's only Sylvanas that is still alive, so this is going to be a lead for 30k. They're going to grab that 100%. 30k is coming in, and they are going to take the lead. The victory on Infernal Shrines is secured as the favorite for this tournament, in my personal opinion, is taking the first W in this best of 3 series. Nicely done, well played, GG.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Second map of the series, we are going to Towers of Doom now, with 30k taking the lead on Infernal Shrines in true 30k fashion, even with a sub. Quite dominant, quite strong there. Still having that component with Fancy Pants on Falster that they can leverage global against the opponent and really use the macro game against them. But yep, by now we have also Diablo very quickly banned out. We're going into towers now, which means that globals also here will play a role again. So I suppose Dehaka, Falstad, at least Dehaka, should play a role in the draft, either as a pick or a ban. Now, on top of that, we got Chromie banned again. They're really respecting Madara here. They're just saying, okay, we don't want you to have Chromie. No matter what else you might be getting, even if it's Hanzo, even if it's like Mephisto, we don't want you to play Chromie. And I do not blame them whatsoever. Now, yeah, let's see what we're getting as our last ban. It's Lucio, okay, first pick, first ban, over to Hopium incoming. So they have to try and somehow bring this back. Maybe they can throw a little bit of a curveball. Every time I see a map like Towers of Doom, I immediately think, okay, is somebody just throwing a little bit of a curveball play? Do we get Vikings? Do we get like some Abathur comp? Most of the time it doesn't happen, but every now and then in a blue moon, you know, you get something fun. So Sylvanas is our first pick again in this one. Gets claimed very quickly here. In case that you didn't know, we don't have any special draft rules for this. This is a total vanilla tournament. No special rules on this one, so that's why we have oftentimes a certain pick pattern repeat itself during a series. If a team thinks, okay, we can really do something here with at least that backbone of a composition that we've been playing. Brightwing and Blaze. I mean, this is essentially the same opening that we've seen from 30k in tons and tons of game right now. They love to have Blaze on the side lane, very reminiscent of what we're getting with Dequaza, or have gotten with him in the past, where he just said, hey, when he's open, I have to pick him. He is just the best side laner. And then Brightwing gets picked a lot by Legacy. So on top of that, you get Hogga, you get Johanna, which already helps you for the big team fights. Hogga played by the mundane Zebra. Oh god. The mundane Zebra in a team with bored Lion. An exhausted Hyena. I just want to have an entire team that has names like this. Mundane Zebra. The annoyed elephant. Like, I don't know. You can come up with some examples for yourself. But yeah, I think there's potential there. We could create an interesting team with this. Zeratul gets banned, and well, so does Anubarak. So no Anubarak dive with the Blaze follow-up. Not necessarily even thinking that they're going for that. But, well, here comes Hanzo, and we get Garrosh. So they can again still flip heroes around like they did previously. Hanzo's already a good lock. Madara could claim that. And honestly, at this point, it's basically the same draft for them. They have to pick a different frontliner now, given how the tanks played out. But what I, for example, would like to see is what's happening on the mage front. Last time, Mephisto was taken away. If he doesn't get taken away here, I think there's a solid chance that Madara claims him. You get Anduin and Tracer, so you have that Tracer, Light Bomb, Engage. And our final pick, is it Mephisto, or is it going to go for something completely different? Now, let's not forget, Madara could also play Hanzo again, so if they just want to get a different hero for Fancy Pants, or they say like, hey, Falstad, again, let's get that global, they could. We have no Dehaka in this game. So you could go for Falstad if you want to have some global assistance there, and you think that you can deal with Tracer and the Anduin Light Bomb, so... But it's Genji. Genji is the final pick, so we get the Shimada brothers united as we're heading into map number 2. Towers of Doom. 30k! We could also call them HGT, the Hanzo Genji team in HGC. Okay, that one was really bad. Oh my god, I'm tiring myself out for this one. Holy, oh my god! Give the man a coffee! What a disaster. On the left, Legacy with Brightwing, Liam on Blaze, Caterpillar on Garrosh, Madara on Hanzo, and Fancy Pants on Genji. On the right side of the map, we got Justin for Hopium incoming with Anduin, Lupus with Johanna, Fuzz on Tracer, Grey Color is playing Sylvanas, and the Mundane Zebra is playing Hogger. So, can they tie this? Can they win a map? And can they, get to a point where they can force the third one here? Time will tell, I suppose. But yeah, either way, at this point, we're now looking at a lead for 30k. It could end this here with a victory on Towers of Doom, and they are very heavily going to work on that. Caterpillar is already rushing around with Garrosh. We have, of course, now with the Shimada brothers united. And quite a lot of Overwatch on this one. Yeah, Hanzo gets hit for a second there, but they're trying to get the kill, and Anduin is pulling the Mundane Zebra away. It's a little bit strange to see a hyena played by the Mundane Zebra. But yeah. Top side, Fuzz in a 1 versus 1 against Liam now. It's always a little bit awkward when you see a pairing like this. Hello? That was pretty damn good, I gotta say. I mean, that was really good. If they could get a kill here, that would be incredible. And they are trying. They are going to get that kill. It's going to take time, but they're going to get that kill. Yep, Tracer's dead. And it all started with Liam putting an absolute clinic in. Liam with some really big plays to take the hit points of Tracer slowly down to a point where Brightwing teleporting in really helped them to secure this one. So, yep, job well done. Very well done indeed. At the top, we now have Liam just burning everything in his path slowly down, but he also has been sniffed out, so the cavalry is already coming. We have 2 more heroes joining the fun, and this is just not a camp that he's gonna get. If anything, he might fall here. They are rotating. I don't think. No. They're losing the camp. That has already happened. Now Legacy is getting attacked by Tracer. Is still alive, by the way, with 20 hit points. Hello? Tracer falls, and so does Hogger. So they're losing 2 heroes. They are at least killing Genji. I mean, at least take Genji out, so, yep. But still, that was a 2-for-1 trade, and then obviously the camp that was being fought over in the first place. But, yeah, 3 kills to 1. We're now having, at the top left, still Legacy and Liam doing their thing. Obviously, the triple altar phase is spawning another 15 seconds, so the teams are getting ready for that. Bit of a lead experience for 30k. It's not translating into a talent advantage just yet. Might during the fight, might during the objective phase, depending on who stalls what. But it's a battle for the third one. Justin was trying to sneak it in. Justin actually moved in here and was like, okay, if he can somehow sneak it that easily, that would be quite the feat. So Garrosh gets attacked, Blaze at the top, also going up against Tracer. There's a lot of poke happening right now. A lot of these guys are currently just fighting for every single altar. Normally it's just the third one that gets heavily fought over, not so much here, but Hogger dies again, taken down by Genji, and Brightwing finally completes the first channel. And Blaze is gonna get another one. Unless Tracer is now moving in, and I don't think so. She has a lot of trouble surviving in the first place. So they are getting 2 out of the 3 altars already. But at the bottom, just in channels. So it's 2 for 1 trade as usual. Just a bit of a different pairing than what we normally get. So 4 kills, 2-1, level 7 in their hands. The lead in experience has by now been extended to nearly an entire level. So 30k is doing well as usual. Is looking very good here and is also now trying to invade the opponent's camp and maybe steal those pumpkins away. It's level 7 on each side, but they want the kill, they want the camp, and at least they get the camp. They nearly got the kill too. 30k, they're looking for a fight, not only for one. So yeah, we got Hogger still fighting it out against Genji. And he's back up towards the top lane, but the problem is really that the experience lead is being extended further and further and further. And once that level 10 hits, you really have a big window to work with here. So that is not gonna be easy. This is gonna make things difficult. For sure. So down at the bottom of the map, careful, Caterpillar. Fast also retreating. They're apparently trying to... Are they trying to steal something here? I don't really think they can do that, but yeah. So the attack is coming in, and there it is. The red team was trying to attack a little bit, but then they were able to do it like this one. So, yeah. I mean, in the meantime, 4 kills to 1. We have level 10 nearly ready. Caterpillar is also about to go down here. Gets a heal from Brightwing. Down at the bottom of the map, though, the pumpkins are being escorted in. Top side, Blaze goes down. It's essentially the same situation again, where they're always going for the fights here. But Tracer is about to die because Genji, moved in and took her out. So it's blow for blow. It's action at the bottom of the map. They're jumping up towards the top. They're taking a camp here. They're taking a camp there. Trying to push for the next one. Quick taunt coming out with level 10. Still the big problem for Hopium incoming that they're going up against an opponent with heroic abilities. And that just is tough to manage. 6 kills against 2 now, but they're all over the place at this point. The channel is happening, that puts the core down to 28 points. We have level 10 kicking in, and in the meantime, we're looking at, level 10s and heroics with Light Bomb, for example, being taken for the red team. The Hopium incoming at least has a bit of a hope now to somehow make some moves here. If they can at least fight on an even talent here and win a team fight, they could claw their way back into experience range. They're still trailing more than a level, and that's something that they have to bridge if they want to have a chance here. Good save against Madara. Madara, is he going to survive this? No, I don't think so. He is. Madara is alive. It's unbelievable. And Hoga dies. Garrosh falls. Caterpillar sacrificed himself for the cause. Genji zips in. God, they got him so low. They got them all so low. The jet propulsion against Tracer, and Fast will fall. No, he won't. Yeah. Oh, Genji! And he gets the kill. Hanzo and Genji working in tandem to lock in another kill here. Awesome stuff. That was big. That was actually huge. Very well done. Super nice approach here from 30k once again. But I gotta give some credit also to Hopium incoming. They did such a great job initially trying to get some kills for themselves as they initiated into the fight, and they nearly were able to make it happen. And if they get those kills, oof, they might just flip the game a bit. It is obviously a map where late game is everything, so if they can just make these plays later on, that would already be worth a lot. Hanzo is the primary target here, time and time again, but Madara survives. Jojo is down. Can they finally kill him? Yes, Madara is finally dead, but I guess Hogger will die once again, as he also often did already. Yeah, gets hit, gets killed, and he goes down. The problem is still a talent advantage for the blue team, and this seems to be the continuous issue that Hopium incoming has here. So we have 10 kills to 4. 28,000 for Genji in regards to damage, 25,000 for Tracer. That's Anduin down. Another channel, but great color. The grey color was able to sneak one of the 2 altars. So now it's 32 points on the core against 24. Very, very close indeed once again. And now the move towards the top as grey color is moving in here. And they were obviously hoping that they could damage this a little bit further. But yeah, not so lucky unfortunately for them. So the attacks, they're still coming. They're still making as many plays as they possibly can with 11 to 4 kills now. We got 32 against 24 points on the core. That level lead still persists. Has even been extended a little bit. If not by too much, but it's still a continuous problem. Especially, of course, this if it isn't bridged soon, then we're talking about level 16 talents. So, yeah. But the attack at the bottom of the map is again focusing on Anduin. They get the stun, and there's the X-Strike. Anduin goes down, that's kill number 12. And all of a sudden, with Jojo being forced back, they can go for the bell tower conversion and they grab it with ease. There is some counter play at the top, but it's going to take them some time to take that bell tower out. And I would venture to say that it's going to definitely take them too long. Or is it? Did I get that one? Maybe some pressure in the middle instead. Oh, Tracer cutting it very close again. And nearly got Hanzo there towards the end. Yep, and here it is. Hanzo instead dies. So all of a sudden Hanzo is the one that died. Yeah, I think he jumped over to try and get the kill on Tracer. And yeah, wasn't able to get anything. It's a wild one all of a sudden. But that level 16 talent adventure I've been speaking about earlier is now here, and the level gap hasn't been closed in any way, shape or form. So the problem that they had right from the start there still persists. It's still an issue, and yeah, have fun dealing with that. I'm not quite sure how exactly they're going to do that. So the attack's still coming. Legacy goes down. Legacy goes down, and Sylvanas is eliminated too. So, yep. Things are starting to become more and more difficult for them right now. But Anduin goes down, Garrosh goes down too. Just as it seems like they're finally getting a headway here. They killed 2 and then they're losing 3. I feel for them a bit. Hopium incoming is really throwing everything they have against the 30k. And it's a tough opponent to beat. Now they're losing Jojo. Tracer's the only survivor here. Fuzz is attempting to escape, but you can tell how tricky it is for them. They're doing whatever they can, attack after attack. They get their kills, but every single time they're just getting murdered a second later. They're losing too many heroes in the process, and now they might even lose Tracer. Now she's trying to desperately escape here, but it's going to be a staggered death very likely. Yeah, in comes Genji. Oh, there's the recall. Where's Genji going? Like, what? Dude, he was right in vision. How did he not see that? What's happening here? Genji is X-striking around and just funning around as they're finally going for Fuzz. They go for the boss at the same time, but I have absolutely no idea what Genji was doing. Did he not see what was going on? Like, what? So now what we have instead is the boss taking 2, that's 16 points to 32 on the core. But since Tracer is gone, it's a 5 versus 4, and they exploit it by going for Johanna. Jojo is dead, the arrow connects, Anduin is gone, and the problem just persists. The one good news for Hopium incoming is, as they lose Sylvanas and basically have only 1 hero surviving, and I talk about good news, but it's 5 bell towers versus 3 in the red team's favor because they claimed the one at the top earlier. So the good news in that sense is that they at least, it's going to take some time for the blue team to take full on bell tower control. And their composition isn't really all that great to take structures. Fuzz is still annoying them here. It's 20 kills to 7. They're 1.5 levels ahead, but the fact alone that we have a triple altar phase coming up and they are... Are you kidding me? Great job, Fuzz.
Hail to the king, baby.
Really good job. He gets a kill in that situation that should be illegal. And now they are trying to channel for 3 shots. For 3 measly shots. They've never even retaken that bell tower at the top. So, yeah, 4 shots. Sorry, 5 already fired by the red team. They got at least 1 channel. Tracer now dies, has finally been eliminated, and down at the bottom of the map I would assume that the blue team is going to grab this one. But again, that's only 6 shots fired against 5 if they get it. So they need to start taking some structures here. It's nice if you can get kills, but you need to get a little bit more. Now Brightwing is gone. Hopium incoming can still turn that game around. Again, they have 5-3 bell towers. They got 5-3 bell towers still. They are in head in bell towers. If you then win some fights, you're all of a sudden in a great spot. So, yep, they gotta be mega careful here. Now, slowly and steadily, they're getting pushed back again. The channel at the bottom of the map has still not happened. But it boggles the mind that we have no bell tower control, or not more bell tower control, for the teams that for the team that has more than twice the amount of kills. It is a bit wild. So now they're getting another 3 shots. Congratulations, putting them down to 10. I mean, again, there is a gap, of course. 3 more shots fired, 27 to 13. Sorry, to 10 now. But they need to take some bell towers, and they should really try to do that quickly. So, I mean, it is what it is for now, but definitely an interesting situation to say the least. I mean, right now, let's see, Tracer still up at the top. Let's try to secure this a bit more. We have 60,000 damage essentially for Genji. And then on top of that, we're having on the other side 48,000 for Tracer. So now they're trying to push for bell towers, but it hasn't really changed yet. Still the same bell tower situation, even with level 20 that they're now running. They literally have level 20 and they have no bell towers. Like none. So jet propulsion, Liam missed it. Yeah, and I guess they're gonna get the bell tower at the bottom of the map now finally. So this one at least they should be able to claim. So here we are. Jet propulsion, this time the stun connects, bell tower is claimed, and bam! Garrosh and Genji die a moment later. Double kill against 30k. They went a little bit too deep on this. Liam is about to get killed too. Yeah, counter kill attempt against Hogger, which didn't really work out here. Is Liam able to get away? Does he have another cooldown? He does. Is that going to be enough for him? I don't think so, right? Brightwing is coming in to help out. Madara is rushing away. And they all survive. Okay, so they lost 2 heroes, but they're still in play. 2 heroes went down, but right now they still got a chance on this. Alright, so how much further now? Are they can they delay? There's no way they can delay, alright? Not long enough for this to make a difference. I don't think so. So yeah, shots are getting fired. Bam. 23 points on the core. They're delaying the top left as much as possible with everything that they have, but I do not know if this is going to be enough for them. So as is right now, we're having 23 to 11 on the kill count, level 20 for both teams. So for Tracer, that means that we now have the total recall in. That's another 4 shots fired. That puts them down into single digits for now. So yep, we get single digits, 6 points to 23, and they're still chasing. The bell tower situation has been relaxed a little bit, so it's now 4 bell towers to 4. But it is an absolute wild game now. I still can't believe that we're technically so close. I mean, again, 30k is still likely to win this, especially now that they're going for boss. But the entire situation seems a little bit surreal. So now they're going for boss, and apparently the team, yeah, they allow it because it's a 5 versus 4. So they're not really willing to do anything about it because they're afraid that they would lose more heroes. They're sacrificing a few more points on the core. They go down to 2, take the bell tower at the bottom of the map back at least, and then just say, okay, we gotta fight another day anyways. So let's take that team fight at least with a 5-man and not when we're at a numbers disadvantage. Yeah. Blaze takes the camp, jet propulsion's out and escapes here. So yeah, off we go. So next team fight likely gonna decide this. It's gonna be also 2 altars that are popping up next. So there's a lot still happening. Hopium incoming still has hopes that they can somehow win this game and force game number 3. And they had a couple of really good moments there towards the end, but now they're on only 2 points on the core against 23, so they would really have to step it up big time. If they can get a quick kill, Madara, he survives. Madara makes it. Not jet propulsion, arrow from Hanzo is connecting quickly. They're getting that in. X-Strike, Jojo survives. Brightwing doesn't. It's a lead. It's a 4 versus 5, at least for a couple of seconds here, for the red team. But the Mundane Zebra gets Hanzo'd. The Mundane Zebra eats the arrow fully, and this is likely it. Justin, he's able to interrupt, and they took their own channel. Tracer, mega low, about to die, barely makes it out, but they're trying to get the kill on Hanzo, and they do. Hanzo goes down. Can they get Sylvanas? Oh my god, the jet propulsion. Here comes Genji. 1 down, 2 down. They're going for gold. That's all of them dead. 5-man team wipe. And a 2-0 victory for 30k against Hopium incoming, as they decide this best of 3 series in their favor. GG, well played, and what a fun one here on Towers of Doom towards the end.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.